Well, it looks like we have a new genre of TikTok drama to talk about, because today we are going to be talking about cucumbers. And I think it's fair to say this is a genre on TikTok that I didn't think I would ever touch, because realistically, what can go wrong in the cucumber community? Well, it turns out quite a lot, because this situation has went incredibly viral. Now, there's two main people you need to be aware of in this situation. The first one being Logan with 6.6 million followers. If we actually take a scroll down his page, you can see that there's quite a few cucumbers scattered around. And the second person is Angie with 109,000 followers. And if we just look right here, you can see she's uploaded a video saying story time after using Logan's cutting device, and it's on 350,000 views. Now, before we show that video specifically, I think it's worth showing this video by Logan because it's referenced in Angie's video.
Sometimes you need to eat an entire cucumber, and you can buy it at La La Land Cafe now. Let me show you the best way to do it. Start by slicing your entire cucumber.
Okay, I'll pause it here because this device, as Angie calls it in her videos, it's a mandolin slicer, right? And this is kind of like the big topic of conversation throughout these videos. I mean, as you can see in this video, he's using it to slice his cucumbers. He uses it in a lot of videos. Now, as you can also see, he's just kind of holding the cucumber like this, which is not exactly the most ideal way to do it because you are running the risk of cutting your fingers, because obviously this is sharp. I mean, it is literally cutting the cucumbers. And these mandolin slicers actually do come with a guard. We can see by this picture right here. It comes with this guard that you put over the piece of food. It has kind of like these like sharp, like almost like needles inside the guard to kind of keep the food attached to the guard, and then you won't actually cut your fingers, obviously. Well, unfortunately, Angie watched one of Logan's videos and decided to do it the same way without the guard, and she has now made a video talking about her injuries.
I'm making this video because my doctor just informed me that I might lose nerve in my pinky and I may not ever feel it again. Or worse, I can lose it.
And then Angie goes on to say the reason she did this is because she watched one of Logan's videos.
And I went there because about 2 weeks ago, I wanted to do the Logan cucumber video, and I wanted to make that cucumber salad that he has been posting everywhere, all on his social media.
And this is the main thing that people have a problem with, because in this video specifically, and throughout other videos, she's saying that she was influenced by Logan's videos. That's why she decided to do this. And she even goes as far to call it like the Logan cucumber cutting device instead of like a mandolin slicer that's been around forever. And when you take a look in the comment section, people think it is extremely unfair to blame Logan for this because it's not his device. It's not something that he invented. He's just using it in his videos. But either way, Angie continues saying that she got the device and she believes that it actually should be discontinued.
So I went and got all of the products that I needed, the cutting device, the handheld cutting device, all of the items. The only thing I did not get was a glove, which now I'm regretting so poorly. But I will say that the reason why I'm making this video is because using that cutting device, people need to stop using that product. That product should be discontinued. I'm gonna put it right here, but it has literally caused me life-changing problems.
And straight away, I do just want to say, this is a horrible situation, right? She has cut her finger to the point where she's damaged nerves. She's saying that she won't have feeling in her finger. She might actually have to have it removed. I don't know what's going to happen there. Obviously, she's going through the process right now. It clearly is a horrible situation. So I do feel bad for her that she's getting like a lot of hate through the fact that she keeps mentioning Logan in these videos, which probably isn't the best thing to do because again, it's obviously not his device, but it has also got to a point where people are just kind of like taking the piss out of her and almost laughing at the fact that she's having this injury. Like, obviously that is a minority of comments, but I have seen them, and obviously that is not fair. But the video carries on explaining how she used the device and what went wrong.
About 2 weeks ago, I came home after getting all the products, and then I started making the cucumber salad. I don't know if I'm an idiot. Maybe I am an idiot. If I am, I'm sure you guys would tell me this.
I mean, yeah, people would definitely telling her that is a fact.
I'm home and I started making the cucumbers, and they were literally, the device worked perfectly well. And as I'm making it, I guess my hand slipped and I completely took off the entire side of my pinky. I went there and they said they could not stitch it because it was so badly wounded that there was nothing that they could actually stitch together because the skin was completely gone.
Yeah, I mean, it does sound completely horrible, but it also, again, it is unfair to really be using Logan's name in here because he's not going out and telling people to use it without, like, using the proper PPE, you know, not using the proper guard or anything like that. He's just making these videos showing how he makes his foods, and in fact, in quite a few of his videos, I just had a little, like, scroll through. In quite a lot of them, he is saying, like, you need to be really careful when using a mandolin slicer.
Sometimes you need to eat an entire cucumber. Let me show you the best way to do it. Start by slicing your entire cucumber, being very mindful of the mandolin.
So yeah, it is just kind of like little comments like that. Obviously, he's not using the guard in his video, but that's probably because he's used it like plenty of times. He used the mandolin slicer plenty of times, so he feels like he doesn't have to. But from what I can see, a lot of the comments are basically saying like, if it came with the guard, why would you feel like you didn't have to use it? And then also compared it to like a knife. Like, should knives be discontinued? because you can cut yourself while cutting food, or should you just like learn how to use it correctly? But Angie continues the video talking about her injuries, talking about how much pain it has caused, and again, it does sound absolutely awful, and she ends the video by saying it's actually life-changing.
So he has recommended a hand doctor for me to go to, and I'm supposed to be hearing back from them next week. But this is so life-changing for me. Like, I am literally left-handed. I use my hand for everything, and the fact that this all is going on, thousands of dollars in medical bills is going on for simply using a cucumber cutting device. So you don't really know how much you need your pinky until you are in a position where your pinky stops working. So that's where I'm at now.
And yeah, that's Angie's video. Now let's take a look at the comment section to see what the reaction to this video was. I hope you get better, but please remove Logan's name from this. It's not his machine, it's a mandolin, and they come with guards. I'm truly sorry you experienced that. Point of clarification is, it's not Logan's cucumber cutting device, it's a mandolin. That's why there's some contention in the comments. Discontinue for user error, lol. I have one and I go as slow as possible when using a mandolin. You have to be careful. Also, reading is fundamental. There are so many warnings on mandolins or a knife. And then because of these comments, Angie went on to make multiple more videos where she explains that she is not blaming Logan, but she was influenced by his video.
I don't cut things. Usually I buy things pre-cut. So I was very excited to use this device, but I did find this device from his videos. That's the truth. I'm not blaming Logan. It's not his fault. He didn't make the device, and I don't want to put that message out there. The reason why I put it in my title is because I got it from his video. He is an influencer. He influenced me to get this. It was his influence. Nobody was making cucumber salads until Logan started making cucumber salads.
I mean, I don't know if that last statement is true, but look, she is saying that she doesn't blame Logan. She then does kind of go on to blame him ever so slightly and say, like, she was influenced by his video. If you're using a product that is sharp, like clearly it's sharp because it slices cucumbers, you obviously should know you need to be careful. And you shouldn't just watch a TikTok video, which, I mean, isn't really much of a tutorial. I guess it is, but it's a very quick video. It doesn't really go into any details, just kind of him doing it. But if you are using a new product that you've never used before, especially if it is sharp, you need to do your research, make sure you know how to use it properly, because sharp things cut. Like, that is a fact. Like, the same way I wouldn't watch a video of Gordon Ramsay cutting food, you know, when he's just like ridiculously quick, like 50 slices in 2 seconds, it almost seems like. I wouldn't then watch that video and be like, oh, I can do that. I would take my time because, you know, it's a knife. And I think judging from this, it really is just the fact that she keeps bringing Logan into it that is causing the backlash. And from her point of view, she must be thinking like, whoa, I've had this really bad injury. It's affected my life. Like, it's hurting so much. And now I'm just getting a bunch of hate on TikTok. Like, why do I deserve this? But if she just made the video kind of saying like, by the way, if you are going to use a mandolin slicer, be very careful because I wasn't very careful and I've had this injury and you need to be really careful. That video would probably get a lot of praise from people saying, okay, right, thank you for letting us know. I'm sorry that's happened to you, but now we can learn from that and make sure we don't do it. But no, Angie keeps on posting videos where she does constantly say like, look, I'm not blaming Logan, I'm not blaming Logan, but then says stuff like, since Logan started making these videos, there's been an outpour of injuries caused by the mandolin slicer.
What I'm saying is not blaming Logan. I'm not blaming Logan. I'm using Logan because literally it's been a outpour of people having injuries after watching that video because of the way he is using the device.
I mean, that is kind of blaming Logan. And look, right, should Logan maybe be even more like upfront about like the dangers of it? Maybe. I guess there's an argument for that, but I don't think it's fair to just completely blame someone. Again, if you saw a video of someone cutting food with a knife, you wouldn't then blame them if you cut your finger because it's a knife. Especially if the product, a mandolin slicer in this case, comes with a guard, you would probably assume like, you probably should use that, right? Like, I don't doubt that she did watch a Logan video and thought, oh, I could do that. But then you have got to take, like, a bit of a back step and be like, right, let me figure out how to use this properly. And again, later in the same video, she says, I'm not blaming Logan, but I was influenced by his video.
The only reason why I reference his name again to say it for the 5th, 6th time is because I was influenced by that video. Ow. Damn it. See, I gotta slow down. I was influenced by that video. I watched that video, I watched him do it, and I did the same thing, like a idiot.
But because of these continuous videos where she keeps saying, like, I'm not blaming Logan, but he did influence me, there's been even more comments. They've continued to kind of get worse throughout time. And I do feel bad for her because she is going through something really shitty. It sounds extremely painful. I wouldn't want that to happen to me, right? But from what I can tell, the fact that she keeps saying, like, Logan influenced me is what's kind of causing these comments. We've got comments like, if she said mandolin, it wouldn't have got as many views. How did you find it in the store without knowing its name? My mandolin mandolin came with a guard. I've had mine for 20 years. You cut your finger cutting vegetables. Happens all the time. Mandolin has been around since the 1800s. Are we going to ban knives too? How does Logan have anything to do with your lack of practice? As adults, we have to use discernment. Being influenced, I get, but we all know our skill level in the kitchen. I have a mandolin and I stop about 1 inch before my fingers get to the blade. And yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? You've got to know your skill level. The same way I wouldn't watch a video of Gordon Ramsay cutting food and be like, right, I can cut it as fast as that. But now it's got to the point that it's not just the comments, it's actually TikTokers making response videos about the situation. Like this one, for example, by Frankie AAB. And if we actually scroll down, you can see she uploaded a video of 1.2 million views responding to it.
I don't know if I'm an idiot. Maybe I am an idiot. If I am, I'm sure you guys will tell me this.
Yes, you are stupid. For you to say this cutting device is dangerous and should not be around, the mandolin has been around since the 18th century. People cut themselves every day on kitchen knives. Matter of fact, I have a scar right here from a kitchen knife. Should we discontinue knives? Because I'm fucking clumsy? And stop using the mandolin because you're fucking ditzy? At your very, very big age, if you do not know how to use the mandolin, that is not Logan's fault, and that is not the mandolin's fault.
Okay, clearly she's not happy with Angie's video, but what she's saying is kind of true, in the sense that people do cut themselves on knives all the time. It's a similar thing with a mandolin slicer. Again, if it cuts food, it's probably sharp. Frankie then goes on to talk about the fact that it does come with a guard.
You did not use the proper PPE. I'm an instructor, and I tell my students all the time, these rules and regulations have been written in blood. Now yours. Because if you have never used a mandolin before, it comes with a guard. It comes with a guard. So why the fuck did you think you didn't need the guard?
Yeah, I mean, look, if it came with a guard, you should probably use the guard, especially if you've never even used the product before. But let's say on the off chance the one she bought didn't come with a guard for whatever reason. Again, if you're dealing with something sharp, do your research, make sure you know how to use it properly. Don't just take like one TikTok video as complete proof that this is how you should use it. Especially if the TikToker you're watching makes stuff like this every single day. Clearly he's used a mandolin slicer a million times at this point. He's probably pretty good at it, right? He might do it in certain ways just because he is good at it and he's used to it. It doesn't mean that that should be the way that you use it if you've never used the product before. But the video continues and Frankie says that she should have never mentioned Logan's name.
And the fact that you attach Logan's name to it, you could have came on the internet and said like, hey, if you're going to use a mandolin and if you've never used a mandolin before, use the guard, because I was using the mandolin, I did not use the guard, I cut my finger, and now I possibly have nerve damage in my finger. That should have been the video. I went and bought a mandolin. I didn't know how to use a mandolin and I cut my finger. Not I saw Logan using a mandolin and I really wanted a cucumber. Like, it's giving not my fault.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was saying earlier, right? Again, if she made the video just kind of talking about the dangers of using, like, a mandolin slicer if you've never used it before, then I don't think there would have been any hate at all, right? But the fact that she did kind of blame Logan, I know she keeps saying that she didn't blame him and she's not blaming him, but then kind of contradicts that by saying that she was influenced by him and all this stuff, and then even titled it a Logan cutting device. She is kind of blaming him in a way. But yeah, I do think there was a way for her to make that video without getting really any hate at all. And now we get to the final video in this situation. It's a video by Angie where she kind of responds to the comments and she says that it's fake outrage.
Are y'all okay? Like is everything all right? Let's simmer down, please. The fake outrage over a kitchen device is crazy to me.
She then says that people need to take like a deep breath and calm down about it all.
That's all I want to focus on. Please, get your panties out of a bunch. Step away from the keyboard. Take a deep breath. Let's allow me to heal.
And then again says that she made it very clear that it's not Logan's fault.
Baby, I made 3 videos saying it is not Logan's fault, but y'all don't care about it. Y'all focus on this damn title. I'm not deleting it. Stop asking me. I wish I could edit the title, but I can't because my video still stated that it is my fault. Okay, let's move on.
I mean, yeah, again, she did technically say it wasn't Logan's fault and she did take accountability for it, but she also did say that it was because she was influenced by Logan and that loads more people have started getting injuries because of Logan's video, which to me does sound like she is kind of blaming him away. Angie then goes on to say that she doesn't deserve any of the backlash.
But do I deserve the backlash that I am getting? I don't think so. I made it this far in life without knowing what a mandolin is, okay? I think I'm doing pretty well for myself. I'm a 6-figure... been a B7. I got 2 beautiful children. I got a husband. I'm a good person. I have the kindest heart. I am helping everyone. I'm always helping other people. I'm a human being who made an honest mistake, who had a typo, who also apologized. Logan doesn't give a damn about my little old video.
And again, I do think it is important to note that she's clearly going through a shit situation here, that I can't imagine how painful it is, and it must be scary to hear, like, you're not going to have feeling in your finger. Regardless, I know people are, like, trying to say, like, oh, it's just a pinky finger. Either way, if you get told you're not going to have feeling in one of your fingers, or you might even lose it, that's a horrible situation to be in. So I can imagine that her emotions are probably just heightened over this, like, situation, and she's going to be annoyed, probably, like, at herself, being like, fuck, I wish I didn't do that. So I do think that is important to note, like, even though I don't think she should be blaming Logan for this, even though, obviously, she's saying she's not, but then she kind of is, you have also got to bear in mind the situation she's currently going through, and is probably just annoyed at the world at this point. I would be, at least. But either way, Angie ends the video by saying that she just wants to heal, but people are just incredibly mad.
Y'all in my comments at 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning yelling at yourselves, stitching my videos, mad at me for using a person's name who I stated in the video that I am not blaming.
I mean, yeah, the 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning thing, I mean, time zones are a thing, right? It might not be 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but either way, that is Angie's video. Now let's take a look at the comments. Is this real? You've name dropped Logan in every video. I could make a drinking challenge off this. What are you not getting? You calling it a device is sending me. Are you alright? This has to be satire. Chat, is this real? When you open the box, was there by chance a piece of paper, maybe stapled or folded together, with lots of words and maybe pictures? Just wondering because that would be important. And this is why you cut your finger. No comprehension skills at all. I stubbed my toe and broke it on a table leg once, and my toe has never been the same. Let's discontinue tables. Look, I mean, clearly people are losing their patience with Angie and her videos. Again, I do feel bad for her because she's going through a shit situation, but it does boil down to the fact that it is user error. She didn't use a guard that the product probably came with. I can't say 100%, of course, but it probably did. And again, if you're using something sharp, you need to be extra careful, obviously, right? And yeah, that is the situation either way. I would love to know your opinions in the comment section down below on everything that we spoke about, and I'm going to leave it there. So if you did enjoy, please do leave a like down below, subscribe if you are new, and until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, goodbye.